Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. Today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned. Unfortunately, no Trials of Osiris this week because we have Iron Banner. But we'll do a brief check-in on those two things and all the loot associated with them. A couple of good things that you probably want to pick up from both this week. We'll also do a recap of the week. There's some notable farms, glitches, and cheeses that you probably want to use and take part in heading into the weekend if you hadn't had a chance to play at all this week. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away a new console or a video card if you play on PC. You can also stick around till the end of the video for the secret hashtag you can leave in the comment section for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos. If you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. You can also leave a comment down below on any of the topics of discussion. I'm always interested to hear your feedback. That'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway. Or, of course, anything I might mispronounce over the course of this video, or any one of these awesome individuals who are joining me in the tower this Friday. We're starting to actually get the groups together, which I think is awesome. If you'd like to join us in the tower one day, you can also leave a comment down below or send me an invite in-game. But if you leave any of the hashtags of any of the names of any of these individuals joining me today in the comments section down below, that'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. A big shout out to my buddy Lord Sinister for orchestrating this on a Friday. We got Real Dez joining us as usual, Scoot joining us also as usual, Conventor I have not seen before, and Omega Gaming. Welcome, welcome. I think he's also joined us once before. But it's awesome to have everybody here. It would be awesome if we could actually have more people in the fire team in the tower. But hopefully maybe you can join us in the future. For XUR today, we have the Fighting Lion Catalyst and we have the Jotun Catalyst. And that's right, I said Jotun. I believe somebody corrected me in a previous video where there was another, I think it was a YJ sound, and I said it incorrectly. Well, I'm saying it correctly now. So, Jotun, Jotun. I think Jotun actually sounds better, but certainly pick up both of these if you don't have them. I would definitely recommend picking up the Jotun Catalyst. It's an interesting exotic. I haven't used it in a little bit, but, you know, it's just one of those ones. You want to have the complete set of weapon and catalyst if you're going to be using it. We also have the Stompies for the Hunter class with a 67 roll, very high mobility. I would actually consider picking these up if you don't have a good pair. We have the Atium Warrig for the Titan class with a 68 roll. Mobility might not be the thing I would necessarily want as a standout stat on this roll, but 68 is very high, so still probably worth picking up if you're looking for a decent roll on it. And then we have the Apotheosis Veil with a 61 roll. You can definitely skip this, even though the stat distribution is okay, very low at 61. We have exotic class items, again, for farming this week. So remember, you can buy as many exotic class items and get as many rolls on them as you want, so long as you have exotic class items unlocked, of course. All you need is strange coins at that point, and if you head over to the More Strange Offers page, you'll see our Favor of the Nine buff. This can stack over 3 weeks. It can only be picked up once per weekend, but you can have it stack over the course of 3 weeks if you remember to buy it every single weekend. With this active, you'll be getting a lot of strange coins, even from the easiest of activities. You could probably farm the new Ghost of the Deep dungeon in Rite of the Nine in order to get some strange coins, or if you're a solo player, you could just go over to the Cosmodrome, actually on the directory map, and queue up the Devil's Lair Strike. And if you have this buff stacked 3 times, you'll be getting 7 strange coins at the end of every run, and you can do a Devil's Lair run in under 5 minutes. That's not from the actual Vanguard playlist. That's directly from the directory screen on the Cosmodrome. So just go to the Cosmodrome and select that strike. It does count. We have Ascendant Alloy for 23 strange coins this weekend. 7 enhancement cores for 7 strange coins. Actually a worthwhile deal. We have 17 enhancement cores for 29 strange coins. I would skip on that. 19,000 Glimmer for 5 strange coins. And 41,000 Glimmer for 11 strange coins. I'll always make sure to cap out my Glimmer, as it's only 11 strange coins for 41,000. We have 3 Vanguard Engrams this week. And then we have our strange gift offers, of course, as always. Not a bad way to spend 1 strange coin at a time if you're just trying to get to the 47 spent in order to claim your Favor of the 9 buff. Over on the second page at XUR, remember there's still the Exotic Cipher if you're looking to turn any of your exotics into essentially a piece of Artifice armor, which is still currently the best kind of armor, at least until the summer DLC and the Edge of Fate launches. You can get enhanced and I believe red border weapons from the Strange Engrams at the rank ups, so it's always worth doing that. Over on our Strange Gear offers page, the real crux of the video as far as XUR is concerned, we have a Hawkmoon with Opening Shot and Heavy Grip. This is actually a very good PvP Hawkmoon. I've been trying to make a point to make mention of the Hawkmoon rolls a little bit more, as I do believe the Hawkmoon is actually in a very good place at the moment. Maybe it has been, as I said before, for a while, and I just haven't noticed, as I don't really use hand cannons that much in PvP, or at least I haven't since D1, but I have started using them again lately just because I had a very reasonably, I would say, mid-tier Hawkmoon a couple of weeks ago that I was trying out just because I wanted to see if it was worth the hype, as I was hearing, and it was pretty good in PvP, so I think I'm going to pick this one up because I think Opening Shot is just a must-have on this weapon, if you ask me. We have a Jade Rabbit. We also have the Fighting Lion, so the actual exotic and the catalyst. If you don't have either, you can get them both today. This used to be an interesting weapon, and that it used to have sort of a glitch where certain enemies that were coded as vehicles, there were certain bosses that were coded as vehicles, funny enough, in this game. This would do incredible damage to it. That has been patched, unfortunately, but still a very good grenade launcher to have, as it uses primary ammo. And then we have the Queen Breaker, which is a super meta heavy linear fusion rifle at the moment for DPS. Very good for the Spire of the Watcher, Rite of the Nine that we had the last couple of weeks. I also believe it's good in Ghost of the Deep at the moment, so very much worth picking up if you don't have one. For legendary weapons, we have a No Reprieve with Feeding Frenzy and Surrounded. This is a craftable weapon. If you don't have them, you can pick them up in order to put in your deep sight harmonizers and craft it. I think you only need 3. It used to be 5, but I believe that was lowered to 3. You can let me know in the comments section if I'm wrong. We have a Blood Feud with Ambitious Assassin and Focus Fury, another craftable weapon. We have the 7th Seraph Sidearm with Hipfire Grip and Dragonfly. We have the Eremite with Heel Clip and Reservoir Burst, another craftable weapon here. Not totally sure if this might be a decent roll. Reservoir Burst, Heel Clip, that's pretty good. We have the Canis Major with Impulse Amplifier and Kill Clip. We have a Just In Case Sword with Enduring Guard and Flash Counter, as well as Incandescent. And then for the Warlocks, we had an Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard and Relentless Strike. I didn't get a chance to look at the Hunter and Titan sword, but if anybody would be kind enough to leave a comment on the rolls for those down below. Remember that you can, of course, now use any of these swords that were class specific on any class. You just need to pick them up from XUR on that class. So if you are on a Titan, for example, and you wanted to use this Eternity's Edge, you'd have to get onto your Warlock in order to pick it up, but then you could transfer it and use it on that class. For legendary armor, All fairly mid across the board. Not a bad pair of boots, but same kind of across the board on all the classes, unfortunately. But still in the mid-60s if you were looking for a decent pair of legendary armor. And that's going to be it for XUR today. We're now going to make our way up to Banshee 44 really quick. We'll talk about a little bit of Iron Banner, as there was a new weapon available this week, which has some decent rolls on it. We'll talk about those. But the thing we'll then finish up the video with today is a pretty major farm glitch for Adept and holofoil weapons that has made its way into the game this week. I don't know if it's going to be patched on Tuesday. If it will be patched, it will be patched on Tuesday. If not, enjoy farming next week because we'll have double rewards. This is for the Rite of the Nine activity and the Ghost of the Deep. For Banshee 44, we had a Nox Perennial 5 with Fragile Focus Elemental Capacitor. This is a fully enhanceable weapon out of the box, so worth taking a look at. We have the Enigma Glaive, Impulse Amplifier, and a Tempered Trust haft. This is the fastest haft in the game, actually slightly faster than all the others, and increases your melee by about a half a step. So if you can get this on a Glaive, it is the best one to have. This is a decent Enigma, even though this isn't a craftable version, unfortunately, but still a very decent Glaive to pick up if you're looking for a good Void one. We have a Tarantula with Feeding Frenzy and Dragonfly. Retrofit Escapade with 4 times the Charm, Tap the Trigger, and Ambush. Another craftable weapon here. We have a Huscow with Threat Detector and Cluster Bomb. Not a bad roll. And then we have a Hollow Denial with Heating Up and Repulsor Brace. I actually really like the roll for this. Another craftable weapon as well. Over at our old buddy and local Vanguard vendor, Commander Zavala, this week, we have nothing I think anybody is really going to turn their heads for, but of course we have the Cruel Mercy Pulse Rifle still available in its Adept form if you can get the Nightfall done on the GM difficulty this week, but we also have the Slammer for the very last time. This is going to be removed from rotation after this week, so if you don't have a good roll on it, it can get some bait and switch. What's the roll? I have a good roll on it. I can't remember, but the one that actually increases your movement speed. Oh man, that name of that perk escapes me at the moment, but you can get one with that. It's a decent sword. I just don't know if people are using swords at all. Let me know down below in the comments what the name of that perk is, and also if you're using swords in general. Over at Iron Banner, this week, as I said, we have a new Scout Rifle. The rank rewards are not too great. Peace Bond is okay for a PvP role. I'm sure a lot of people are looking for a Tenacious Mastery, which you should definitely pick up. Not this role. This is not the best role by far, but still a great weapon to farm out and have just in your arsenal. The new Nature's Reclaimed Scout Rifle can roll with Incandescent and I believe Hill Clip, which is probably going to be the go-to roll for it. So also worth picking up this week if you don't have it. Remember, if you are trying to farm out as many Iron Engrams as possible, make sure to have all your rank bonuses equipped, which is Iron Banner gear as well as Iron Banner emblems. And remember, Iron Banner ornaments also count as Iron Banner gear as well as Iron Banner weapons. So any of the 3 things, Iron Banner armor, weapons, or ornaments, count as Iron Banner gear. That'll increase your rank bonus at the end of every Iron Banner match. And remember, you can also double equip Iron Banner gear with Iron Banner ornaments on top of it, and it will count as 2 pieces of Iron Banner gear for 1 piece of actual armor. So do that in order to increase your rank bonuses if you'd like. And now finally, for the weekend, we'll just hop around the directory really quick. If you're farming out the Ghost in the Deep Rite of the Nine activity this week, there is a very interesting, very interesting glitch available It's only available on the Eternity or Ultimatum difficulty, I've found out. But it's very easy to farm as a solo player on either difficulty. You can get a checkpoint for this, but you just need to get through the first encounter. Now, on the Eternity as well as Ultimatum difficulty, there is a new boss sort of in between Encounter 1 and Encounter 2 that was added that actually has a new chest. And all that requires getting there from a checkpoint that you'll spawn in at is simply just running through a bit of a jumping puzzle and killing a Lucient Hive. Now, once you kill the Lucient Hive, a chest will spawn with possible Adept weapons, shiny weapons, holofoils on them. You'll get the currency for the activity, so you can go and buy weapons from the chest at the emissary if you want. This is good for next week or weeks down the road when we have Prophecy, if there's any weapons in there that you're going to want. All you need to do after you kill the Lucient Hive is jump off the edge. You'll be reset right before the jumping puzzle. You'll just have to make your way through the jumping puzzle, which is an easy one to do. It's right before the first secret chest is where you'll start, and you'll end about a room or two after the secret chest. After you kill that Lucient Hive, just jump off the edge, it'll reset, and you can farm that same chest after the Lucient Hive over and over again. If you don't know about this farm, it's definitely something to do before next Tuesday, and if you want a full tutorial on it, you can head to my last video, which I'll have linked in the top right corner or at the end of this video. It's a very good one to know for sure. And that is going to conclude all the information for today. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. Remember, you can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. If you've watched to this point in the video, please leave a hashtag XUR, or hashtag Iron Banner, or a hashtag Rite of the Nine, or a hashtag The Edge of Fate, hashtag Year of Prophecy, hashtag Renegades in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway, or any of these gentlemen's names in the comments section for another entry into the next giveaway. Thanks so much for watching once more. As always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and of course, we will see you next time.